And the winner is, as a dozen young girls are standing on stage hoping their names get called. They're hoping their names get called so they can feel beautiful, thinking that's the only thing that matters in the world. Another fourth of the girls are hoping their names get called so they won't have to deal with the stage moms yelling about what they did wrong when their initial purpose was to have fun. This is the life of a child beauty pageant. Child beauty pageants began in the 1960s, and the ages range from 0 until. According to Carrie Noshbaum, child beauty pageants consist of modeling appearance, like sportswear, evening attire, and dance and talent. The children are judged based on individuality in looks, capability, poise, perfection, and confidence, as the judges would call it, the complete package. My 7-year-old cousin Amelia has been in beauty pageants her entire life, and it has really changed her. It's boosted her confidence, but she is a huge brat. She's constantly worried about how she looks, and when I ask her what she wants to do when she grows up, she replies a model, and she's more concerned about pageants than she is with school. All of us plan on having kids one day, so it's very important to be informed and take precautions. In my opinion, children should not be allowed to participate in beauty pageants. They are costly, they have long-term effects, and the children are sexually portrayed. First, beauty pageants are costly. The money towards beauty pageants could actually go towards college and university funds. There's a University Royale pageant, which is America's largest pageant, and the minimum cost is $545 just to enter the pageant. Then it's another $395 for the maximum option of the pageant, and then it's $655 for the formal wear, sportswear, and dance attire. This is also according to Karen Nussbaum. Parents spend about $3,000 to $5,000 on the pageant. So if you add up 100 pageants, that's $500,000 spent. If you think about it, that is my tuition paid 16 different times. Pageant officials state that family goes into debt, and they usually pay their entry fees before they pay their rent. Next, beauty pageants have long-term effects. According to Henson at CNN.com, in February 2007, the APA released a report on sexualization of girls that found that girls' exposure to hypersexualized media content can negatively impact their cognitive skills and their developmental skills, which would lead to things like eating disorders, low self-esteem, depression. Fewer girls pursue careers in science, technology, and engineering, and they also have a diminished sexual health. According to Liberman Lindsay, she interviewed a child psychologist who says that competing inhibited children from forming positive relationships. Children, in my opinion, have too many confusion years, and physical appearance should be the last thing that they're worried about. A lot of children in a survey were asked what they wanted to do when they grew up. Most either replied a movie star or a model. The chances of becoming those are slim to none, and many few said that they wanted to attend college. Child beauty pageants are also sexually portrayed. According to the USAToday.com, beauty pageants requires girls to dress up and perform like pint-sized adults, complete with fake hair, spray tans, full makeup, ornate costumes, and artificial teeth, which they like to call flippers. The parents also hire pageant coaches by the hour. Pageant coaches usually charge about $20 to $30 an hour, and they usually spend about 4 to 5 hours with them a day. Also, they have professional hair and makeup artists, and they get tans, which are spray tans, manicures, and pedicures. It also teaches children that this behavior will get them noticed. There's actually a killing of John Benet Ramsey, and the last she was seen was dressed as a 25-year-old moving across the stage seductively, and she's only 3 years old. She was actually murdered and found inside the basement of her own home, left with a ransom note. Years later, the dad was interviewed, and he states that he felt beauty pageants exploited his daughter, and he wished he'd never entered her in the beauty pageants. There are actually ways that we can reduce the media and the exploitation of beauty pageants. The first one would be to simply don't put your child in beauty pageants. It's a multi-million-dollar industry, according to Liberman Lindsay. So in the 1960s, they had 20 million viewers, and now they're down to about 9 million. I feel like the more that parents had more education about beauty pageants, the less they would enter their child in beauty pageants. And the loss of business and results in the loss of money. Also, don't support TV shows about beauty pageants. The popular one would be Toddlers in Tears, which was a TLC premiere. They have 2 million viewers per week. According to most shows, if you don't view the show, they won't play the show. Also, according to Lieberman Lindsay, it'd be best to regulate the pageants. Annie W. Mobley, who is a House of Representatives for North Carolina, she wants to pass a bill establishing the study committee to assess the need for regulation. The first would be to acknowledge the risks, and if the risks are acknowledged and proven true, then the study committee will address it. France, for example, passed a bill to ban pageants under 16, according to Angela Charlton. If you do put your child in beauty pageants, it's a $40,000 fine, and you also get jail time. The Senate approved of this bill, and they said it was amendment law to women's rights. So just sit and imagine someone putting on a crop top shirt, short shorts, hair curled, and spray tan. Their eyelashes are as long as their nose, and their flippers are in. They grab their hairspray to make their hair stick, and they recite their dance moves while doing so. Then they grab their alcoholic beverage to calm their nerves. This is a 7-year-old girl, but instead of the alcoholic beverage, their mom gives them a harmful energy drink to amp them up. Also, let's visualize Nicole Hunter. She competed as a girl, and she explains that acting and dressing up as a woman at such a young age has compelled her sexuality prematurely. And she has a lower self-esteem, and she suffers from anorexia nervosa, which is a diminished appetite for food in pursuit of for thinness. So in conclusion, beauty pageants are costly, they have long-term effects, and they sexually portray children. So I'm asking you guys not to put your child in beauty pageants. Don't support TV shows about beauty pageants, and pass a bill to regulate them. You can actually just go to your state government website and you could propose to pass a bill. So before you put your children in beauty pageants, think about all the stress it puts on them. Think about your childhood and how they never get to live one like ours. And think about the long-term effects and how they're sexually portrayed. Think of John Benet Ramsey. Thank you.